as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. Ready to get us started, the Aussie punter and kickoff man, Michael Dixon. And off we go from Seattle. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now they try the right side here. That one 28 yards on the ground. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. And it was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
You got 4. Now you won. 2 for 1.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll be second and goal.
Hey, go tonight. 120. 2 for 1. 2 for 1.
Here's gone. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. Third and goal.
He sees. 2 for 1. 2 for 1. He's coming.
Now gone. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So on fourth down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. And Zuerlein's kick is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now a handoff looking right, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch out. Alert, 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 alert.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got Lockett, and he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
Now it's Wilson. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now a handoff here to his running back. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald with a sack.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now it's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll run it now out of the gun and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
From just shy of midfield, Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams 1st down. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Well, it's a jet sweep, the football to Woods. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ziggy Ansah showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods there to make the grab. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And to give this time to the tailback. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Green 80. Mike 58, right there. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Green 80. Mike 51. Hey, alert. Here I come.
On first down, Wilson. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abukum. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. A terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, it's gone. He gets it to Cooks. And he goes down, but not before getting this. Inside the 25.
To Brandon Cooks. A gain of 27 on the play. 1st down, Rams.
Cut. 20. Watch time. Tie your rope.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
And the Rams, 1st down.
It goes cut. 20. Line 54. I'm scared.
On 1st and 10, Goff. He's got it. It's Higbee. Touchdown Rams. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
12. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Well, they have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Hey, 315. Hey, 0, 0, 0. Watch the run, watch the run.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson being chased out left. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Nickel Roby-Coleman there defensively. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
58, the money.
And to give this time to the tailback. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there. 32 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
A gain of 12. First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Gone. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And an alley to run. Through an open And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there. 59 yards. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a handoff here to his running back, and he'll get nothing out of that one.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. To throw again is Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way down into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Yeah, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. trying to ice a game. Plenty of time.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Jared Goff with his third touchdown pass of the afternoon. And thanks to the interception, the Rams offense cashes in for 6. Zerline good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed, near the goal line, on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, kill. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And some room to work. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check 43. Check. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Let's go. Let's go.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a second and goal.
Second and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman.
Wilson's pass intercepted by the Rams. They'll take over first and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Tonight, 20. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so